The Supreme Court of Pakistan's verdict yesterday dismissed Punjab Assembly Deputy Speaker Dost Mohammad Mazari's ruling, which subsequently ousted Hamza Shahbaz from the Chief Minister's office and elected PTI's candidate Chaudhry Parvez Ilahi of the PMLQ as the new Chief Minister of Punjab. The result of the 20-seat Punjab by-polls led to the Supreme Court ruling that flipped Pakistan's political scene on its head. Some in the legal fraternity have questioned the decision handed down by the apex court. We spoke to seasoned journalist Zahid Hussain to comment on the Supreme Court's ruling as well as the current political climate.
I think it was very predictable, and it was very clear from the outset that the decision will not go in favor of Hamza Sharif. And the way the whole voting took place in the Punjab Assembly has created a lot of doubt about its validity. And also, actually, since the opposition, the ruling coalition has boycotted the proceeding of the court, so it became quite one-sided hearing, and it was very obvious. But the crisis is far from over. We have the decision of the court now, but the real issue is that there are question marks over the court's composition and the way it was, the whole proceeding was done. From the legal point of view, yes, actually there is some kind of credibility to the ruling, but there are other questions about the formation of the bench, and there has been a lot of criticism, not only from the ruling coalition but also from the legal fraternity, that this case should have been heard by a larger court. So, in a way, actually, decision has come, but it has left a lot of questions behind it. I doubt it very much because Parvez Ilahi has been the Chief Minister of the province for many years. He has actually made an alliance with Imran Khan's PTI, but it was all based on expediency. He will not just be towing the line. Yes, actually, he will go along with the PTI because his government will be totally dependent on the support of the PTI. This party has only 10 members, but it cannot be expected that he will toe the line completely. So he will have his own independent view. But since his entire existence of the government is completely dependent on the PTI support, so there is a limit to what he can do independently. Well, actually, yes, you can say that PMLN, which is leading this coalition government, does not have any government in the province, but the coalition partners have the government in a sense. It's controlled by the People's Party, which is the coalition partner. So it is not like this that they don't have any government in the provinces. But yes, actually, because the government is very disadvantaged situation, since both Punjab and KP is under the control of the opposition, so it will make things very difficult for it to work. Because we have seen in the past, like in 1990, when Benazir's first government came to power, she had not had the control over Punjab. There was another party which was controlling the government there, so there were a lot of problems. But saying all that, it will also be difficult for the Punjab government to work actually taking with the continuously in confrontation situation with the centre, because yes, it will be very difficult for centre to control the situation, but on the other side, it will not be easy for the provincial government to work actually smoothly without some cooperation of the central government. Well, actually, Imran Khan has given certain advantage to Imran Khan. There is no doubt about it. He is actually, what he tried to do on 25th of May was stopped because of the Punjab government. But now he has actually both KP and the Punjab government under the party's control. So even if he gives a call, I think nothing can stop peace. But the other problem which Imran Khan will be facing is that can he achieve whatever he wants through a politics of confrontation? And I think, actually he can rally around some people for some time. He can actually gather 100,000 people in Islamabad. Then what next actually? Because if he really wants elections to take place, he needs to understand that it could only be possible in certain environment, and the environment has to be created for that, and that could only be possible if there is a dialogue among the political forces. And without that, actually, even the elections will create more problems, and that's what exactly the problem is. And at this point of time, there has to be realization that just having control over Punjab, they cannot dominate the entire political.
We also spoke to a former judge of the Lahore High Court, Justice Nasira Javed Iqbal, on the political fallout due to the Supreme Court verdict and also on Rana Sanaula's governor rules threat.
It is by the Judicial Commission. It was no longer just in the hands of the Chief Justice. He recommends, and the Judicial Commission decides, which consists of parliamentarian also, and also has senior advocates in it, and there is no reason that it should not be done, but it can be done not immediately. The only problem is that there are 3 judges sought in the Supreme Court, and if they were there, this daily argument of the coalition parties who are now running the federal government that there should be a larger bench, it would have been possible. But of course it can be waited, it can be put in a bench, they can have the commission decide when the other judges return. And also I think they want some judicial reforms. They want to change the composition of the Judicial Commission. That is only possible through Parliament. 232 article of the Constitution regulates the imposition of emergency, and the President of Pakistan has declared that a situation exists where an emergency is necessary, and that is apparently what they are wanting to do. But there has to be a financial emergency, or there has to be a law and order situation, and they can call the army for assistance if the need arises. But apparently there doesn't appear to be any such situation, only that they want that the person who has been declared to be the Chief Minister and who has taken the oath should not be able to constitute a cabinet as the court has directed, and should not be able to govern. Actually, nobody is concerned about what the masses need, which is food. They don't have anything to eat. Everybody is concerned with their own power. So this is a power struggle and nothing more.
The question is, how long will this power struggle last? With the political temperatures rising amid an economic meltdown which has further weakened an already depleted economy, will the political instability continue, or will all the stakeholders come together and put their differences aside for Pakistan?